Welcome back, guys, to the second part of the top 10 sea creatures that live in the Mariana Trench. The deepest point of the Mariana Trench is 3,800 kilometers deep, and its maximum width is 69 kilometers. To date, scientists have measured a depth of 10,984 meters. The water pressure at the trench's depths is almost 1,071 times that at sea level. Some of the most fascinating and unexpected creatures on Earth call this ecosystem home. Let's check out 10 creatures from them. Number 10. Giant amphipods. At first glance, you could think this is just a huge shrimp. In truth, they have no relationship with shrimp. Their size is proportional to how deep they live. They grow longer the longer they live. The enormous shrimp was captured in 2009 in the Mariana Trench's Challenger Deep, the world's deepest point, and the site of National Geographic Explorer and filmmaker James Cameron's record-breaking dive in March 2012. Cameron also saw a huge shrimp while he was diving. These shrimp can be up to 2 inches long and are more than twice as big as their beach cousins, the sandhoppers. These shrimp dwell in swarms at depths of 30,000 feet or less, when very little food sinks from the surface. This puzzled scientists. How can amphipods obtain enough nutrients to grow that large? The amphipods of the Mariana Trench have powerful wood-busting enzymes that can digest woodfall, tree and plant detritus thrown into the water that occasionally sinks. Number 9. Abyssal ghost shark. Abyssal ghost sharks have been swimming in the oceans for 400 million years, yet they are extremely elusive. Certainly not as massive as the megalodon, its predecessor, which might weigh up to 100 tons. The translucent, gelatinous infant is most likely one of the rarest species of shark, which can only be found in the deepest parts of the world's oceans. These are not technically sharks, but they are closely related to both sharks and rays. As for the ghost part of the name, watch some footage of adult ghost sharks and attempt to put yourself in the shoes of the scientists who first witnessed the ghostly forms of these animals emerging from the depths of the ocean. Number 8. Viperfish. The viperfish is one of the most unusual-looking deep-sea fish. It is also one of the most well-known and popular species. It is a formidable predator of the deep known scientifically as Charliotis sloani. The wide mouth and sharp, fang-like teeth of this fish make it easy to identify. These fangs are so big that they won't fit inside the mouth. Instead, they return to a position very close to the fish's eyes. The viperfish is supposed to impale its victims by swimming at them at great speeds with its sharp teeth. The first vertebra, located just behind the skull, is designed to act as a shock absorber. This terrifying-looking insect has a long dorsal spine with photophore, a light-producing organ at the apex. This light organ is used by the viperfish to lure prey through a process known as bioluminescence. It can be used as a fishing lure by flashing the light on and off to attract smaller fish. Number 7. Fanfin cetivils. Fanfin cetivils are a species of anglerfish, and they have a bioluminescent lure that they use both to attract prey and to protect themselves from being eaten by other animals. Its body is covered in spikes that appear like hair, but are really sensors that assist the fish in maintaining its balance and scanning the water for nearby predators and prey. These spikes resemble the whiskers of a cat. Even if fanfin cetivils are some of the most terrifying creatures you've ever seen, at least their size makes them manageable. Males are much shorter, averaging just about an inch in length on average, while females are anything from 6 to 8 inches in length. In order to reproduce, the males, which are referred to as sexual parasites, grab onto the female during the mating process and, in essence, permanently fuse themselves onto her body. This allows them to carry on the breed. Number 6. Granrogo jellyfish. It wasn't until the middle of the 1990s that scientists made the first observations of the Granrogo jellyfish, and it wasn't until 2003 that they recognized it as a distinct species. Researchers refer to it fondly as Big Red. In contrast to other types of jellies, Big Red contains stumps rather than tentacles, and the number of stumps present in each of the other types of jellies that have been found varies. Granrovo jellyfish, unlike many other organisms that live in the depths of the ocean, do not have a body that is see-through. The astonishingly gigantic jellyfish that may grow to be more than 1 meter in diameter has been given the moniker Big Red by the marine biologist at MBA. Its home ranges from 650 to 1,500 meters below the surface. Instead of having venomous tentacles, the Big Red uses 4 to 7 fleshy feeding arms to grasp its prey. Number 5. Football fish. Another kind of fish that fishes for food in deep water is the football fish. Each female football fish is equipped with a lamp above her head to aid in hunting. A unique bacterium causes it to shine in the murky depths of the water, and the fish move their lights back and forth softly. Football fish use a luminous liquid that they blast at their victims when they get near enough, then grab them while they're blinded and devour them whole. Males are smaller than females, although both sexes can grow to be as long as 2 feet. The males bite the ladies until their skin grows together so they can mate, a process made more difficult by the darkness of the deep sea. The female provides food for the male, who in turn fertilizes the eggs. Number 4. Coffin fish. These fishes of the deep sea, which are related to the frogfish, are also often referred to as sea toads. These critters have a little lure that projects from a depression behind their eyes. The depression is located behind the creature's eyes. Because there is so little light at the depths where coffin fish reside, it enables them to rapidly attack their victim as it swims near them, after being attracted to them by the bait. Furthermore, these fish boast such sizable gills that they may grow their body volume by up to 30% when swallowing a substantial quantity of water, as stated in Smithsonian Magazine. That would be the same as a human being trying to expand their lungs to the size of their complete abdomen, which is obviously not something that can be done. Number 3. Mimic octopus. The mimic octopus may be found in the Indo-Pacific region. It is well known not just for its ability to employ chromatophores to blend in with its environment, but also for its proficiency at impersonating a number of other marine animals, which is where it gets its name. It is able to defend itself from potential threats by imitating a variety of creatures, including the zebra sole, sea snake, jellyfish, and lionfish. At times, the mimic octopus will approach its victim by changing its appearance. In some cases, it will even pose as a potential spouse for the crab it will eventually consume. Number 2. The ghostfish. The footage of a new species of deep-sea snailfish was shot in the Mariana Trench in December 2014 by British researchers, and they published it in December 2014. The Mariana Trench is about 5 miles below sea level. The previous record for the deepest ocean fish in the world was broken by this video. Snailfishes are well-known inhabitants of the deep sea. There are over 360 species of snailfishes found across the world, the majority of which live in ocean trenches. Alan Jamieson, who was also involved in the discovery of the species, said that the fish was distinctive among snailfish, being roughly 6 inches in length and having the head of a cartoon dog and a body that resembled a piece of wet tissue paper. Also, this species has long fins that look like wings. The research team thinks that these fins help this species get food out of murky dirt. Number 1. The barrel-eye fish or spookfish. Spookfish, sometimes known as barrel-eye fish, have been spotted in the Mariana Trench. Although the species was discovered in the late 1930s, it wasn't fully recorded until 2004, since prior collecting methods damaged the most delicate and beautiful parts of the creature's body. The fish's transparent dome-shaped head contains 2 tubular eyes that face upward. These eyes appear green because of a coating of fluid that acts as a filter for light. This shields the barrel-eye fish from the stingers of its prey while allowing it to see in the dark. The fish spends most of its time immobile, but when it senses food, it turns its tubular eyes toward the front of its body, strikes upward, and swallows the meal hole in its toothless mouth. Well, guys, that's all for today's video. What creature do you find most terrifying? Tell us your views in the comment section. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next video. Until then, cheers!